Well, folks, just my fucking stupid ass bad luck recently. Look what the fuck just happened. Fucking trailer came apart. This road's under construction, and it had to happen in the dumbest fucking spot possible. They got road work going on and everything. Just my fucking luck recently, dude. Like, seriously. And I'm sorry about my language. Alright, well, I decided to make this video to talk about what all happened and, you know, what we were doing and all that. And first and foremost, I'm going to say a few things. First off, I apologize about the amount of swearing in those two clips that I made before this clip. You know, I really apologize. I try not to swear like that or lose my temper like that, you know, at all. And, you know, it just kind of happened. So, again, you know, my apologies about that. And I wasn't trying to complain about the road work while I was broke down, or while the trailer was screwed up. I was mainly just mad because it happened where there was road work, and I knew trying to get back out of there was going to be a joke, which, I mean, it wasn't as bad as I thought it'd be, but yeah. I don't think I've had a temper tantrum like that in a very long time, so again, I do apologize. And if you guys see a light changing colors back there, it's because I have a lamp back there that sits at my window. It changes colors. And if you see a light looking like it's coming from outside, it's because my dad's working on welding the trailer that broke down. So anyways, today, my dad wanted him and I to go pick up some snowmobiles and some trailers from an auction that he had went to this past weekend in Quincy, or not Quincy, I mean Bronson. I always get Bronson and Quincy mixed up. They're both by Coldwater, so, but for those of you that aren't too familiar with the Bronson area, it's just off US 12 between Coldwater and Sturgis. But there's a place right outside the city limits of Bronson that where the auction was. I'm losing my train of thought. I'm sorry, but it's been kind of a stressful day, so bear with me as I make this video. But, anyways, we get down to the place there in Bronson where they had that auction, and, we were there for about a good 30 minutes or so. We went to go pick up the snowmobiles and pick up some of the trailers that came with the snowmobile. There were 2 trailers and 4 snowmobiles. My dad pulled one trailer and I pulled the other, which was a trailer that came apart. And speaking of being there, here's some of the videos I took right after we just picked those trailers up. This is what we had to come down here for. Crap. Oh, here we go. So yeah, those were 2 videos that I took while we were there. The reason why I took those videos is because, I was actually working on another video that I was trying to put together. It was a vlog video. I I put together a lot of vlog videos, usually in the summertime, because that's when I'm out and about more and I'm doing more stuff, but I don't really do it much in the winter season or, the colder months, because we're not doing as much. But I do most of that in the wintertime, or in the summertime, excuse me. But I was just kind of doing it just for fun. I do it for fun and memories. I don't really do it for attention. I just do it because I like to. My life doesn't evolve around it, but it's something I like to do. But, that's beside my point. So, we were on our way back home from that place there in Bronson, and, we're coming back through Kalamazoo on I-94, and right now in I-94, from the Sprinkle Road exit all the way to Lover's Lane Bridge, they're doing road work. They have one side of the highway closed, and, the other side, they have the lanes congested and narrow because they have the other side closed. And we were coming through there, and traffic was starting to slow down, and I was close behind my dad's truck, and I was trying to slow down some more, to kind of back off a little bit. And there were some potholes on the road, and I was trying to slow down even more and try and miss them, but for one, I couldn't see the potholes in time, and two, I couldn't merge because I had somebody riding along next to me because, like I said, traffic was slowing down. And I had a couple patches of potholes, and finally traffic starts moving. The first few times I hit the potholes, it just made my truck bounce a little bit and shook the trailer just a little bit. So I didn't really think anything of it. And then, finally traffic starts to speed up some more. And as I'm picking up speed, I see more potholes, and I try and slow down again, and I was just super unfortunate. I hit those potholes, and a split second after I hit them, I just felt the trailer tug on the back of my truck. It freaked me out. I looked at my rear view mirror, and I see the back end of both the snowmobiles bouncing, and luckily the front ends were still latched tightly because, the trailer had metal bars that latched to the trailer. So, those snowmobiles weren't really going anywhere. But the strap on the back of the snowmobiles came undone, and the trailer's just dragging at this point, and I'm thinking, okay, what just happened, and I'm trying to slow down, and finally the car that was next to me speeds away, and all the cars behind me back off super quick. And so I'm looking as fast as I can to see what everybody else is doing, and then I just cut it across the lanes super quick and ended up in the grass. That was my best option because there really wasn't a much of a lane space to pull off at, because like I said, they were doing road work and the lanes were super narrow. So my best option was to get into the grass, and I did, and that helped me stop. And there's a few other cars that stopped as well. One of the people that stopped, I guess, they claimed something came off a trailer and got stuck under their vehicles. And then there was another guy that stopped. At first he made sure I was okay because his truck was parked in front of mine. And, you know, after I made sure everybody was okay, I called my dad saying, hey, you know, my trailer just came apart. I need you to turn around and come back, you know, and which he did, but I'll get to that here in just a minute. But I'm talking to the person that stopped in front of me, and, you know, he asked if I was okay, and I said, yeah, and he was like, all right, well, you might want to pull your truck off a little more because your trailer's kind of in the road. So I pulled a little further into the grass, you know, to try and get the trailer off the road. You know, the trailer swayed when I was trying to get off the road, so, you know, it was kind of stopped funky. And then, you know, after I pulled off some more, I got out of my truck. You know, I'm running to check the people that were stopped behind me, you know, because they said that something got stuck in, you know, under their car. And which, side note, you know, when the guy asked me to pull my truck off the road some more, I said, okay, while I'm doing that, can you run and check and see if they're okay real quick? And he did, you know, and I go to move my truck off the road some more. And right after that, you know, I rushed out of my truck as quick as I could, you know, to make sure that they were okay. And they were like, yeah, we're fine, but I think something that came from your trailer got stuck under our car. And, you know, I looked real quick to see if I could spot it, and I didn't see anything. And I'm like, man. So I called my dad real quick because he was in front of me. I don't think he realized I stopped, you know, but I called him, and he came back about a couple minutes later. And you know, the guy that stopped at first, you know, he was good, nothing was up with him. And, you know, he just stopped to make sure we were all okay. And after he figured out we were all okay, you know, he took off. So you know, a big thank you to that guy for stopping and making sure we were okay, you know. But you know, my dad shows up, and you know, he looks under the other person's car, you know, to make sure to see what might have got stuck, and he couldn't tell either. You know, keep in mind there was about 4 or 5 people that looked to see what it was that might have got stuck, and nobody spotted anything. You know, I looked, my dad looked, you know, a couple cops looked, and one of the wreckers looked as well, and nobody saw anything, you know. So at that point, nobody could really figure out what happened. But so about a couple minutes or so after my dad, well, it wasn't a couple minutes or so, but about 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes after my dad got there, one of the tow trucks finally came. And at first he pulled right in front of my dad's truck. I don't know why he pulled all the way up there, but you know, he did. But either way, he came, which I was thankful for. You know, I'm constantly, you know, talking to the other people that was there to make sure they were good, you know, because I was super worried about them. You know, I was super remorseful at that point, you know, because you know, I wasn't intending to go and mess up anybody's vehicle that day, which their vehicle seemed like it was okay. But you know, I was checking up on them to see how they were doing, and you know, they were all right. So about maybe 10 or 15 minutes after the wrecker came, you know, some cops showed up. And you know, the cops were nice. You know, they were talking to me, you know, and I had to give them my insurance information and all that, and we just talked to the cop, and like I said, they were cool, and he even said, well, it's not like you were intending to do anything like this, it sometimes things like this just happen. And my dad and I are talking to the cop, and we told the cop that we had actually just got this trailer, like legit just bought it an hour or so before this happened. And he was like, oh, well, that's crazy. And it was an old trailer, yeah, granted, but the cop was like, well, my best bet would be, to get a hold of that place that you got the trailer from, and that's really all I can say, and we talked to the cops for about a good 15 minutes or so, and then the other people that said their car got wrecked, they were okay, they actually drove off perfectly fine, and the wrecker left, but, we had to call another wrecker to come and haul the snowmobile trailer that I was pulling and haul that the rest of the way back to my dad's house, because there wasn't any pulling that thing anymore. The axle came off the trailer completely. Luckily, the axle got pinned on some metal under the trailer, so it got snagged, so the axle wasn't going anywhere. So for that, I was thankful. I was thankful the axle didn't get loose and hit somebody else's vehicle, because 9 times out of 10 that would have caused a really bad wreck, and that would not have been a very good situation, so my biggest thing with this situation is, for one, it could have been a hell of a lot worse, somebody could have got hurt from this, or somebody could have, ran into the back of my trailer and caused a bigger issue, and I'm thankful that didn't happen. And my biggest thing is, I am super thankful nobody got hurt, and that nobody else's vehicles got wrecked, and my truck is completely intact, the car or the driver of the other car that, how should I say this? I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought again. Just one of those days, man, I'm telling you. The driver of the other car that stopped and, was telling me that something got stuck under her car. Her car didn't really take on any damage, so for that I was super thankful for, I'm just really thankful nobody got hurt, and like I said, that situation could have been a hell of a lot worse, and I'm thankful it wasn't, I'm just super thankful. But at the same time, I'm also kind of, I do have remorse for anybody that could have been hurt from that, or had their vehicle wrecked, because, it wasn't my intention to, let something like that happen, we were looking at the trailer after the wreck happened, and, there was a lot of parts under the trailer that were just in bad shape, the trailer was perfectly fine when we hauled it out, it looked perfectly normal, but when we went, or when the trailer came apart, it just, you know, it just looked like there was so much more on the trailer that didn't look right, you know, so, you know, my dad said that he was going to fix that trailer up and then he was going to sell it, and, my dad's fiance was talking about possibly calling that place and having a word with them about some things, you know. Yeah, part of it was my fault because, you know, I couldn't miss the potholes in time, so I'll take the blame for that one. But at the same time, you know, like I said, I couldn't see them in time, so I couldn't avoid them because, you know, I had people in front of me. And I had people riding next to me too, so I couldn't merge or anything. So, you know, accidents do happen. Sometimes you can prevent them. Sometimes you can't prevent them, you know. And it was just one of those situations that really couldn't be prevented, you know. But, that's kind of the full story. You know, I'm sorry about my slow talking and if I sound like I'm speaking gibberish, you know. Again, it's been a stressful day, you know. A day that was supposed to be a good day just turned out to be a super stressful day, you know. But again, I've said this many times and I'll say it again, you know. I'm super thankful the situation wasn't any worse than it could have been and that nobody got hurt, you know. I'm strongly thankful for that. But that's really all I gotta say for this video. Hope everybody's doing good, and I hope and pray that nobody else ever has to go through a situation like that, because it was pretty terrifying. I'll tell you that right now. And again, for everybody that was checking up on me, you know, thank you. I really do appreciate it. And that's that. Have a great time, everybody.